In just a moment, hear Best Plays. First, though, we'd like to take just these few seconds to tell you about our weekday shows. We've got Bob Rapid Robert Hope, and also the most relaxed guy in radio, Dave Garraway. Then 2 new shows, Second Chance and It Pays to Be Married. Join a lineup that also lists Red Benson's Phrase That Pays and Welcome Travelers with Tommy Bartlett. Comedy, Guess, and Quiz. The best of each for daytime listening over this station. Now it's Best Plays on NBC.
From New York, where the American stage begins, NBC presents Best Plays, transcribed with John Chapman. Best Plays, a series of hour-length dramas selected from the outstanding successes of the New York stage. Now, John Chapman, drama critic of the New York Daily News, is here to introduce Faye Emerson in Another Language by Rose Franken. Mr. Chapman.
Thank you. And welcome to our audience. Some years ago, a housewife and mother named Rose Franken got the urge to write a play about a family named Hallam. When she'd finished it, she had 11 men and women in it, all named Hallam. So she called her play Hallam Wives and sent copies of it around to theater managers. One of these, name of Arthur Beckhart, decided he would risk a week's performance of it in a summer theater at Woodstock, New York. It went pretty well, and he figured he would try it on Broadway sometime, and he got around to it the following spring. By now, the title of the play had been changed to Another Language, and Another Language became one of the best plays of that season. The role of the most important of the Hallam wives, Stella, was played by Dorothy Stickney. For our performance now, we are happy to have, as Stella, Miss Faye Emerson, who is no stranger to the Best Plays series. In fact, Miss Emerson is so versatile and so busy that I don't believe she's a stranger to any kind of show business or any kind of audience. Our scenes are a couple of Hallam apartments, one on the west side and another on the east side of New York.
Every Tuesday evening, our 4 Hallam sons and their wives gather with Mama and me for a little supper in the dining room of our brownstone house on the west side of Manhattan. Mama's very proud of her boys, and this is her way of keeping in touch with them, keeping track of what they're doing. On this particular evening, the only ones missing were our youngest son, Victor, and his wife, Stella. Well, we didn't wait for Victor and Stella. We had our buffet supper, and then the boys settled down with me for a game of pinochle while the wives chatted with Mama.
I just don't know what's keeping Victor and Stella. He's always so punctual.
Stella?
She coming tonight? Victor said she might.
That'll be a diversion. I don't think I could stand such an honor.
How is her ladyship, anyway?
Don't ask me. I haven't seen her since the hospital. I called on her when she had her miscarriage.
I didn't even call. After all, she doesn't kill herself for any of us.
You can say that again. Oh, there they are now. Papa, boys, Vicky's here. Oh, hi. Come in now.
Hello, Mama. How's my best girl?
Oh, I'm all right, Vicky. I was afraid you weren't coming. Oh, and Stella, this is a surprise.
Hello, Mother. I'm awfully glad to see you. How are you?
Oh, so. You're late.
Oh, we're sorry. Vicky didn't get home till late. Here, Mother. This is for you.
Oh, thank you, Stella. But you shouldn't. Box and everything.
Well, hello, everybody. It's so nice to...
You're quite a stranger.
I know, Helen. I'm really ashamed.
I feel as if we ought to be introduced.
Oh, Grace, it isn't as bad as that.
Well, you look pretty good for anyone who says she's been sick.
Oh, I'm fine again, Etta.
Hello, Papa. Hello, fellas.
Hello, Vicky. Stella. I knew you'd come, my child.
Hello, Father.
Just look at my flowers, Papa.
Oh, they're wonderful. Beautiful.
Those are beauties, Stella. Must have cost something.
A whole dozen.
Yeah, you sure blew yourself, Mac.
Must be in the money.
Yeah, I guess business is looking up, eh, Vic?
Yes, but I have nothing big enough for such big flowers.
I told you it was silly to get chrysanthemums like that, Stella.
Oh, Vicky, you liar. You know you had as good a time as I did buying them, and they're so beautiful.
So's an oak tree. Well, what are you going to do with it?
Well, I thought we could use the umbrella stand.
But people don't use umbrella stands for flowers.
And not sensible people, but you don't know Stella.
Well, let's try anyway, shall we?
Stella likes her own way in things. That's a cute dress she's got on. I can't wear that new line at all.
Listen, Grace, you need a different corset. I keep telling you.
Well, I've got to be comfortable. Can't kill myself for style.
How's this?
Look, Grandma, see what a smart daughter-in-law you have?
Yes, it would be nicer if it wasn't for umbrellas.
Well, we could make believe it was always a chrysanthemum stand. Take this in the kitchen, will you, Vicky, dear? Fill it with water.
All right, nuisance.
Hi, Helen.
Oh, you stop that water, Helen.
It tickles, doesn't it?
Grace, that husband of yours is too fresh entirely.
Walter always likes his little jokes.
Now, I don't think running your finger down a lady's spine is very funny.
Is that your idea of a joke, Walter?
Oh, Stella, where's your sense of humor?
Oh, humor you.
Oh, you missed him, Helen. Here's the way to do it. No, you don't, Harry. I'll lick you. You and who else?
It's too bad Jerry isn't here. He'd show you, Walter.
Boys, don't hurt yourselves.
They're all right, Mama. Just playing around.
Oh, by the way, Paul, where's Jerry?
Well, he said he might drop in, didn't he, Etta?
Yes, but he wasn't sure.
That's not right. Tuesday nights ought to begin to mean something to him. He's old enough.
Yeah, that's true, Mama. You ought to talk to him, Etta.
No, I will.
Now, Mama, he wants to be with young people.
Well, come on, Papa. Help me with these dishes.
Etta, I don't think I've seen Jerry since...
You know how long? I'll tell you. Since your wedding.
7 years ago.
Oh.
You wouldn't know him now, Stella.
Yes, he's a grown-up man all of a sudden working for his father. But he'd rather
Oh, Jerry'll never grow up. He'll always be a kid.
You'd be surprised, Helen. Jerry's very mature for 21. Paul says he'll go far in Wall Street.
He reminds me a lot of the way Vicky used to look.
Oh, what's the matter with the way I look now? Here's the umbrella stand, Stell.
Oh, thanks, Vicky. I'll put the flowers over by the window.
Well, Vic, I hear you want to move over to our side of town, huh?
Who said so?
Mama was saying something about it.
Personally, I don't think the East River can compare with the Hudson.
Well, whenever Stella says the word, I'm ready. You pay the rent, don't you? Of course, but...
Vicky, you and Stella haven't had a thing to eat. You were so late, we had ours before you came. Now I'm going to get you both a plate.
Oh, no, Mother. Thanks, but I couldn't eat a thing.
Me neither.
Well, sit down, Stella. Don't be like company.
Oh, I'm not, Mother. Really, I'm not.
Well, you don't even take your hat off.
Oh,
She knows it gives her sex appeal.
it's so light, I didn't even know it was on.
Well, take it off. We all saw it.
I've been admiring it, but I can't wear that shape.
Simple enough, but that kind costs the most. Paul, would you like me in it?
No. It's too kiddish for you, Etta. It's okay for Stella.
Well, Stella knows how to buy.
I made it, Mother.
Oh, go on. You didn't.
Let me see. Well, yeah, it's nice that Stella has time to sew for herself.
Grace's motto is, why sew when you got safety pins?
Oh, is that so? I get precious little time with 3 growing children. Well, Stella hasn't got such worries.
I wish I did have.
You said it.
And do you know what Stella should do? She wants babies. She shouldn't run around so much.
Yeah, stay home all day, Stella, and see what the stork brings. Huh?
But, Mother, I don't run around.
Victor says you go to art school now.
Oh, that's only twice a week for an hour.
What do you do there, anyway?
What do you think she does? Scrub floors?
Well, I'm taking a course in sculpturing.
What do you sculpt? Nudes?
Oh, heads only.
What do you do with them when they're finished?
Why, nothing.
You see? There's no sense to it.
Oh, maybe you're right, Mother. But I think I'd go crazy if I didn't do something. I think everyone knows what's best for himself,
And that's polite for mind your own business.
But it is our business.
One of these days, I'm going to put my foot down, young lady.
That's the way to treat him.
No, he's only talking.
What's that expression you always use, Grandma? Stella has him wound around her little finger.
Oh, don't be silly.
Henpecked makes it clearer.
Oh, so I'm henpecked, am I?
Oh, please leave us alone. All of you.
Stella's mad now.
No, it's Victor who's angry. He doesn't like to hear the truth.
Gee, I started something.
You started something, all right, Walter.
I'll say. Henpecked.
Children. Now stop it, please. Come on, Vicky. I'll take you on at Pinochle. You and your brothers.
Okay, Pop. Come on over and bring me luck, Mom.
In a minute, dear. I want to take these plates out.
I'll help you, Mother.
Well, the men play cards, but we've just got to sit. But when Harry goes to my folks, it's a different story. Come on, Helen. I got a big day tomorrow. I got to get some sleep.
I said to Walter once, "You don't know how lucky you are, Walter," I said. "You married an orphan."
Oh, here's Jerry.
Oh, that his whistle?
Ridiculous time to get here.
Walk in, Jerry. Door's not locked.
Right. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Where's Grandma?
Here I am, Jerry. I heard you.
How are you, Grandma? Here's a kiss. Hello, Grandpa.
Hello, Jerry, my boy.
Oh, Jerry, you've been forgetting your old grandmother.
Oh, no, I haven't, Grandma. But you know how it is.
Sure, we know. I bet he's crazy about the girl.
No, I'm not, Aunt Helen. No kidding.
Jerry's not girl crazy. They like him, all right, but he doesn't like them.
Why didn't you come earlier, Jerry?
Yeah, you missed some good ground.
Well, he'll get it anyway. There's plenty in the kitchen.
Oh, don't bother, Grandma. Oh, hello, Aunt Grace.
Oh, quite a thrill to be kissed by a young man again.
Oh, say. Who's that, Mother?
Why, that's your Aunt Stella, for goodness sake. Jerry, you remember your Aunt Stella? Say, how do you do?
Oh, he does remind me of the way Vicky used to be.
Why, sure I remember Aunt Stella. How do, Aunt Stella?
Aunt Stella. This makes me feel so old.
But if I don't call you Aunt, I can't kiss you. Besides, you're not a bit like an aunt. I mean, you're not a bit old.
Oh, thank you, Jerry.
Come on, Jerry. Here's a plate for you. Now sit down and let me see you eat something.
Gee, this looks swell. Thanks a lot, Grandma.
And here's nice celery and olives.
And my carrot cake. Say, Etta, when's the last time you fed that boy?
Oh, I like to see people eat. You're a businessman, Jerry.
Yeah.
That's so? Since when?
Oh, hello, Uncle Vic. Oh, Dad decided last week he just couldn't get along without me.
So we're not going to have an architect in the family.
No, doesn't look like it.
Did you really want to study architecture?
Oh, I was crazy to. I still am. About more than anything else in the world.
Tell me about it.
Come on, eat, Jerry.
Oh, I'm eating a lot, Grandma. Well, I thought maybe I'd get a lucky break and go abroad. But I didn't.
Well, go on. What happened?
Well, first Dad said he'd think it over, and well, then the family, I don't know, sort of got him out of it.
Well, what are you two hobnobbing about?
You'd think they were long-lost friends.
So intimate.
I only hope Stella isn't putting ideas into your head, Jerry.
What do you mean? Can't anybody even talk without...
Jerry, you're talking to your grandmother.
Sit down, Jerry. Finish your food. Oh, don't sit down again, Jerry. Oh, I've got to go to bed.
Oh, now, Jerry just came.
Oh, we've got to go, too. Come on, Harry.
No, it's too early. Now, don't go. Now, you boys finish your game.
You just can't feed your face and run. What's the matter with you?
Well, I'll do a crossword puzzle. Now, where's the paper?
I wish Uncle Vicky would finish his game.
Here's the paper, looking right at me.
Oh, crossword puzzles. After all these years, I can just about do them.
I'm wonderful at 'em. Let's see.
Say, Stella, you're an artist. What's an American etcher that begins with W?
Whistler?
That's right. I've got his mother.
Was that true, Aunt Stella? You're an artist? Do you paint or anything like that?
Well, I used to before I was married. I'm beginning again.
Okay, Stell, get your duds on.
All right, Vic.
Aunt Stella, I'd like to see you sometime when we could talk by ourselves. I mean, I want to ask you about painting and things. There's nobody much that I can talk to.
Why, of course, Jerry, anytime.
Oh, thanks.
Let's get going.
Just a minute, dear.
What?
Vicky, couldn't everyone come over to our place next Tuesday evening?
Well, that's an idea. You ask him, Stella. Hey, look here, all you people. Stella has something to suggest. Attention.
Friends, Romans, countrymen.
Lend me your ears.
Behave, Walter.
I want you all to come over to our place next Tuesday evening. Jerry's coming, too.
Oh, no.
Oh, why not, Mama?
Well, that's too big a trip for an old lady like me. Perhaps if you'd lived nearer, yes.
Oh, come, Mama. Just this once won't tire you. It's a nice idea of Stella's.
Thank you, Father.
Jerry, you ought to say thank you to Aunt Stella.
Then you'll come? All of you?
I'm willing, if the rest are.
I'll go. Anything for a change, Helen.
That's the way I feel about it.
Fine, then it's all settled. Our place next Tuesday.
Oh, now, I'm an old lady, Vicky. Now, it's better for you young people to come to me.
Oh, come on, Mama, dear. I'll blow you to a taxi over and back.
Oh, no,
Aunt Stella,
dear,
I meant I wanted to talk to you alone. Well, not with the whole gang hanging around.
Why, of course, anytime, Jerry. Drop in and have dinner with us.
Get a move on, Stell. Here's your coat. Catch.
Allow me, Aunt Stella.
Thank you, Jerry.
I got you that time, Stella.
Teaching to turn you back on water.
That's a damn fool trick. You watch what you're doing, you hear?
Why, what's got into you, Jerry, to talk that way to your Uncle Walter?
Apologize to your uncle this instant.
Go on, Jerry. Say, excuse me, Uncle Walter.
I apologize, Uncle Walter. Good night, Aunt Stella.
Come on, Stell. Get your coat on. Let's go.
Yes, Vicky. We'd better. Good night, Mother. And good night, Father. Good night, everyone. We'll expect you next Tuesday evening.
Well, we all planned to have another gathering of the Hallams at Stella's and Victor's home following Tuesday evening. They lived in an old building near Beekman Place on New York's east side, one flight up. Their home has a pleasant lived-in quality, nicely decorated by Stella. On this particular evening at about 7:30, Stella was preparing for the visits of the Hallam family, ranging furniture, lighting candles, while Victor dozed on the divan.
Who's that?
Oh, dear. Hello? Hello? Who? Oh, Jerry. Yes, of course. Anything wrong? Oh, I don't know. You just sounded that way. No, not a bit. Really, come along. Goodbye, Jerry.
Well, what's the matter with him?
Well, he's at 59th Street, and could he come right over ahead of the others?
There goes my nap. 7:30. What's the idea?
I don't know, but he seemed awfully upset. I think he wants to talk to us, Vicky.
What about family?
Putting him in business now when there's so much in him that wants to come out, well, that's a waste of a young life.
Well, if that's the stuff you've been handing him, no wonder he's been hanging around here this week.
Once for tea and once to return a book.
And Saturday, you told me.
Oh, well, that was to return another book, and I was leaving for the exhibition, so I took him along.
A boy his age shouldn't be hanging around art galleries. What do you want to do, make a sissy out of him?
Vicky, when you talk like that, I could just shake you. It's so awfully typical of...
Typical of what?
Well, of the kind of mentality that ridicules when it doesn't understand.
So I've got that kind of mentality,
Well,
huh?
sometimes if I close my eyes, I think it's Harry or Walter or Paul talking.
Look here, Stella. I've warned you often enough to leave your opinion of my family out of our conversation.
But it isn't family, it's you. You can't see that Jerry ought to get away to find himself, and... Well, if you can't see that, then something in you that's always been very dear and precious to me, has died without my knowing it.
Well, you're certainly taking the kid's troubles to heart.
Well, because he's so much, well, the way you used to be. Maybe that's why I'm so fond of him.
Well, I'm glad you like somebody in my family.
I've never fooled myself about the way they feel toward me. They resent me terribly.
Well, if they do, it's because you high-hat them.
That isn't true, and you know it. I just want more out of life than waking up in the morning and going to bed at night. Oh, I want a great deal more than that, Vicky. And I want a great deal more of marriage than the mere routine of a man and woman living together. Especially when two people began by loving each other the way we did.
You did love me?
Oh, I still do more than anything else in the world.
Well, if you do, seems to me you'd give up a few of these fads.
Art school.
I don't see where it gets you. Nobody's called you a genius.
Oh, I know I'm not a genius, Vicky. I know how silly it must seem to your people, but it's my way of helping myself.
What do you need help about?
Plenty.
You know what's the matter with you, don't you? You're just a plain, garden variety romantic. You want a honeymoon to last forever. But good Lord, Stella, you can't expect that. It's bound to wear off. And something a lot better takes its place.
What takes its place?
Well, you know as well as I do.
Oh, Vicky, we need a serious talk, you and I.
Nonsense. I understand you a lot better than you think I do.
But you don't know what it means to be lonely.
What have you got to be lonely about? Afraid I don't love you anymore? Oh, little fool, come here.
Oh, Vicky, please. This sort of thing doesn't mean anything unless we're close. At least not with me. You ought to know that by this time.
I don't know what you want. You're just all mixed up. Oh, look here, Stella. You're not going to be a crab and spoil the evening, are you?
Oh, Vicky, I want this to be a lovely party.
I know you do, darling.
Ah, Vicky.
Stella.
Better shave, dear. It's getting late.
Oh, I suppose I must. You better get dressed, too, Stella. Jerry will be along any minute.
I am dressed.
Well, if you keep that thing on, the folks will think it's a nightgown.
Oh, Jerry.
I told you so. You let him in. Now, listen, Stella. About this bug he's got about going abroad. I don't want you to encourage him.
Are you really going to take that stand?
You'd feel swell if he got in a scrape with some woman over there.
Oh, Vicky.
Well, I mean it. Keep out of it. At least while I shave.
Hello, Jerry.
Hello, Stella. Shall I put my things in the closet?
Oh, you can just leave them on the chair. Come on in.
Oh, gosh. This room's beautiful at night with the candles lit.
Well, you sit here and enjoy it. I'm going to change my dress.
No, don't. I like it. What you've got on.
Well, I'd better change.
Stella, please, I want to show you something.
Show me later.
No, I don't want to show you later. Not when everyone's around.
Well, what is it, Jerry?
This? Oh, I feel like a fool now. Well, you didn't act this way on Saturday.
Saturday?
Well, don't you even remember?
Oh, I remember we went to the exhibition.
Oh, I remember more than that. Lots more. I remember every word you said and how you looked when you said it.
Oh, Jerry, how dreadful. You sound like a detective.
No, don't joke, Stella. Being with you that day made everything different and wonderful. But all it meant to you, I guess, was just going to an exhibition.
Oh, it meant more than that, Jerry. Because I enjoyed seeing the pictures with you. It was nice. Awfully nice.
Awfully nice. Oh. Well, I see. Sure.
What was it you wanted to show me, Jerry?
Oh, never mind.
Is this it?
Uh-huh.
Shall I open it?
Oh, sure. If you want to.
Oh, it's soft.
Go ahead. See what it is.
Yeah? Oh. Oh, a velvet cocker spaniel.
Uh-huh. You remember it?
Well, of course. We were walking across 57th Street after the exhibition, and this pop was in a toy shop window, and...
And you said, "Oh, Jerry, look. Isn't it adorable?"
One of the sweetest things that ever happened to me. You're surprising me this way. But it won't do, you see. It just won't do.
Why, Stella, you're crying.
Nonsense. Why should I cry over a funny little toy dog?
Stella, you're not angry.
No, Jerry, dear. Only I'm your aunt. And little boys oughtn't to buy things for their aunts. It ought to be the other way around.
But you're not my aunt. I mean, well, really you're not. There's no relationship between us.
Oh, but there is. I have a lot of interest in you, Jerry. I'm rooting for you to go abroad. With the whole Hallam family glaring at me to mind my own business.
I wish you would.
Why, Jerry...
Well, I mean, I don't want to go. If I went away, it would mean that I couldn't see you anymore.
Jerry, you're acting like a child.
I didn't know I was going to feel this way about you. Even when I bought the dog, it was only fun, surprising you,
Stella!
What is it, dear?
Where the devil's my clothes brush? Oh, hello, Jerry. I left it in the closet on the nail. What'd you do with it?
I bet anything it's right where you left it.
Don't tell me. It's not there.
Wait a minute.
Well, Jerry, you look like a ray of sunshine to come to a party. What's the matter, kid? Hard to get accustomed to business.
Yeah, a little.
Grouching about it's not going to get you any place.
Oh, you don't know anything about it.
Yes, I do. I was young once, too.
Here, helpless. Your clothes brush.
Where'd you find it?
In your closet, just where you left it.
Okay, tell me I'm blind.
Stella, I could kill him treating you like that.
Jerry, don't be silly.
He doesn't understand things about you. He doesn't know how to make you happy.
I am very happy.
I see. Then Saturday was all a dream.
No. No, Jerry, it was wonderful. As if time had gone back 7 years. But it wasn't you I was happy with, Jerry. It was Uncle Vicky. Don't you see?
Then there isn't any place for me at all?
No, Jerry. Jerry, listen to me. You're not in love with me the way you think.
Stella, you
No,
don't...
no, you're not. I'm just taking the place of that girl you will love someday. Now you're lonely and, well, you're dazzled by the experience of talking to someone who understands the things you want to say.
I know what you're doing. You're treating me like a child because you're afraid. You're afraid of yourself and you're afraid of me.
Jerry,
Stella, there's nothing wrong about this. It just happened.
Jerry, don't.
Stella,
leave
you've
me
got-
alone, please.
Well, here we are.
Did you leave the room tidy, Vicky, in case the folks go in there?
That's all right. Well, a toy dog. They sure can make stuff these days. Where'd it come from?
Jerry bought it for his girl. He opened it for me to see. I'll wrap it up.
Oh, so there's a girl in this, too. Well, women like this kind of nonsense. Hey, didn't I buy you something like that when we were first married, Stell?
It was a kitten with a blue ribbon around its neck.
Yeah, I threw away $5 on it without batting an eyelash. Yeah, women are nuts, all right. Careful, Jerry. Better go easy. What's her name?
There isn't any girl. Not the way you mean.
Don't tease him, Vicky, please.
Look at him. No wonder he wants to set the world on fire. It's all right, old man. You're not
Oh,
the
Vicky,
first...
don't. He's unhappy. Now, you've got to help him go away and find himself, please.
I told you how I feel, didn't I?
But I want you to change your mind. Oh, please, for my sake.
Oh, drop it. Just a minute, folks.
Stella, I've got to get out of here. I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
In a moment, Act Two of Another Language, starring Faye Emerson. This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
Why don't you live over in civilization, anyway?
Yeah, we could have bought the taxi for what it cost us.
Oh, I'm so glad you all came. It's wonderful to have you here at last, Mother.
Thank you, Stella.
Vicky, help the boys put their coats in the closet.
Come along, man.
Grace, you and Helen, you lay your coats on the bed in my room.
Oh, all right.
Here, Mother, let me help you.
No, a moment. Let me rest a moment.
Oh, I'll get some spirits of ammonia.
Oh, don't bother, Stella. You're smelling salts, Mama?
In my bag.
Here. Here, now sniff, Mama. Oh, she'll be all right, Stella.
Hey, what's wrong, Mama?
Is she faint? Huh?
Mama, you look pale.
I'll be all right.
Come now, Mama. Brace up.
I'm all right. It's nothing, my boys. The stairs, I guess.
That's it. The steps were too much for her.
Oh, Mama, you stretch out on the bed inside. Here, let me carry you.
No, Vicky, I can walk.
But, Helen, it's only one flight up, and, well, she's used to stairs in her own house.
If you ask me, she made up her mind last week that these particular stairs would be too much for her.
Hey, come here a minute, will you, Stella? Spirits of ammonia.
All right, Vicky. Okay, you girls make yourselves at home.
Oh, I wish we could have a little light.
Are you a cripple? Where's the switch? Oh, here it is.
The furniture doesn't even match.
How'd you like the dress she's wearing?
All I could do to keep a straight face.
Oh, she just likes to be different. Look here, Grace. Art stuff.
For heaven's sake. I think it's a man's head.
It looks like Harry, I swear. Absolutely.
What if you discover your husband's carrying on with Stella?
Can you imagine the excitement in the Hallam family?
You two hyenas laughing at, huh?
I discovered my husband's head on Stella's table.
Don't flatter him, Helen. That's me.
Got a little bit of me in it, Vicky. Not bad.
Well, that's one thing that Hallam men don't do. Run around with other women.
Yeah, us Hallams keep clear of scandal.
Is it virtue or dumbness?
Dumbness, I guess.
Mama.
Now, don't bother about me, children. I'll be all right.
Well, here, Mama, on the divan.
Oh, thank you, Vicky. You're a fine boy to your old mother.
Well, Jerry?
Hello, Grandpa.
Come over here in the corner. Want to talk to you.
Hey, come here, Vicky, Harry. I'll tell you a good one about the goat and the cement mixer.
Why don't you come over here in the light, Jerry?
Oh, I'm all right here, Grandma. I'm talking to Grandpa.
Why all the candles, Stella?
Got money to burn. You eat your meals in here too, Stella?
Yes, it's a combined living and dining room.
And I like a dining room separate.
Well, you always use your dining room as the living room, Mother.
That's a good one.
That's quite different. We have a parlor.
What's this, Vicky? Oh, it's a Vicky Tarola.
Yep, portable.
Want to hear it?
Sure. Let's hear how it compares with our big one.
All right, Harry, bring it over.
You got any records?
There's some in here in this compartment.
Well, play something.
Okay, here we go.
What's the name of that record?
It's Brahms.
I knew it was highbrow.
Play something good. Haven't you got anything good?
Well, here's the Wedding of the Painted Doll.
Oh, that's ancient.
I don't care. I like it anyway.
Well, put it on, Vicky. What's the difference?
Okay, Walter.
Oh, that's sweet. Very pretty.
Isn't it, Mama? Feeling better?
Oh, yes, I'm all right, I guess.
Come on, Harry, let's dance. We're not so ancient. Let's show them.
A waltz?
Oh, yes, Harry, let me see you.
That's too fast. It's too fast for a waltz, Helen.
Come on, Grace. We'll show them.
I'm rotten at these new dances.
Just follow me.
It's no waltz. You can't waltz this. Let's sit down.
No, don't stop, Harry.
Oh, I'm dead. Let me stop, Harry. I'm dizzy.
Look at Walter.
Oh, Walter's real good.
That ought to take you down around the hips, Grace.
Oh, come, Vicky. Why aren't you dancing?
Yes, Vicky and Stella.
Yeah. Suppose you show us.
Oh, come on, Stella.
It's been a long time, Vicky.
Oh,
Hey, who's leading? You or me?
you, darling. You two dance good together at your wedding.
Oh, that's enough for me, Walter.
Yeah.
We'll go put on another record. Who's next?
Jerry, come on, Jerry. What's the matter with you?
Show us some new steps, Jerry.
That's right. Hey, this is getting to be a real party.
Here, Jerry, you can have my wife as a partner.
Oh, now we'll see something.
The two youngest ought to give a good performance.
Oh, please, no. Don't be silly, Stella. Go on.
Come on, Jerry. Ask the pretty lady. Here's the waltz.
Aunt Stella?
No, I'm tired.
Oh, Stella's always tired.
Be a sport, Stell. Why'd you have to spoil the fun all the time?
All right, Vicky.
Go on, Jerry. Just make her dance.
I can't. If she doesn't want to.
Come on, Jerry.
I'll say they ought to get a loving cup.
Yes, what'll it be, Walter? Find something.
Here, how about this vase?
No. I found something.
Oh, Stella's plaster marble.
Oh, great. Vicky's head.
Jerry, my boy, as Speaker for the Hallam family, it gives me great pleasure to present you with this trophy for your magnificent jive jazz dancing, Vicky's head.
Damn you. Damn all of you. Get out of my way, Walter.
What in the world got into Jerry to make him do a thing like that? Say a thing like that.
That's the second time he's done that to me.
You oughtn't let him get away with it. Paul ought to see that he gets it good and plenty.
Oh, you fools. You crazy fools.
Stella.
I thought so. Stella's been encouraging Jerry.
And if I have, is it anything worse than what you've done?
Stella, what are you saying?
1 minute, Vicky. I would like to hear what it is that we've done. Well, Stella?
You're all so sure of yourselves. You're trying to mold Jerry's life to fit your own, and it's wrong. I know what I'm talking about, because you've done the same to Vicky and me, and you mustn't. You've got to let the three of us alone. You've got to let Vicky and me keep our marriage the way it started.
Enough, please. I have heard quite enough.
Vicky, I think your wife's out of her mind.
Oh, I feel faint.
Grace, get a little water for Mama.
Vicky, you know what I'm driving at, and you know I'm right.
Shut up. Look what you've done. Now make excuses for your actions if you can.
No, Vicky. I'll be in my room.
You all right, Mama?
I'm going home. I'm going right home. No, Vicky. Don't try to stop me. I cannot stay here after such insults.
Oh, come on, Mama. You can't go home like this.
I know it's not your fault. Come over soon. Your mother's always happy to have you.
Sure. I'll phone or something later. You be sure to rest when you get home.
We'll look after her. So long, Dick.
So long.
Good night. Don't worry.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, Stella, you can come out now. They're gone.
Don't use that tone to me, Vicky.
Why, you ought to be glad I even give you a chance to explain.
There's nothing to explain. I needed you. But you didn't love me enough to know about it.
When it comes to love, I wouldn't talk if I were you. The one single thing I've asked of you in our married life is to be decent to my folks. I want this to be a lovely party, Vicky. And what do? The first time my mother's been to my home in over 2 years.
Maybe it's just as well for all of us to know exactly where we stand.
Yes. And I'll be the first to tell you where you stand. You're going to do as I say hereafter. I'll leave you alone to think it over.
Where are you going?
If I did what you deserve, I'd say it's none of your business. But if you really want to know, I'm going over to the folks.
Vicky, if you go to them now, we'll never get back.
It's up to you now to make the first move to get back to where we were. My slate's clean. I've been as good a husband as any man could be to any woman.
Have you, Vicky?
I've given you everything you wanted. I don't gamble, I don't drink, I don't cheat. Why, I don't know that other women even exist. No, who the devil's that? Oh, it's you. What are you doing here?
I've got to speak to Aunt Stella.
It's a pretty lousy thing you did, losing your temper.
I know it. That's why I came back. Aunt Stella, I'm sorry I did that. It was rotten of me.
It doesn't matter.
I blame your Aunt Stella more than I blame you.
She didn't have anything to do with it.
She did her level best to egg you on against the family.
You can't talk to her that way. It's my fault, I tell you.
Oh, Jerry, get out. Go away. I don't want you here.
You stay right where you are, Jerry. And listen, Stella. If my nephew has the decency to come back and say he's sorry, you at least have the decency to hear him out.
But Jerry and I have nothing more to say to each other. It's you and I who need to talk.
I've had my say. I'm through till you come to your senses.
Uncle Vic, where are you going?
Your aunt and I understand each other perfectly. And as for Jerry, you might try, as long as he's here, to let him see where a lot of idiotic notions get you.
No, wait.
Good night.
I'm going to get him back. He's crazy.
No, Jerry, let him go. You go, too.
The way they all walk out on you, it's their fault, too.
Don't worry about it, Jerry. Just go home and forget everything you've seen and heard tonight. It was such an ugly end to something that was so beautiful.
Gee, Stella, I can't leave you like this. Your eyes, I can't stand to see the pain in them. I want to do something to take that look out of your eyes.
Then go home, Jerry. Go home.
No, I can't go home and leave you like this. I belong here because I love you. I love you.
Jerry, don't. I'm too tired to scold you.
Stella, you don't want to scold me. You don't really want to scold me. Oh, let me hold you close.
I must.
Stella.
Oh, Jerry. Oh, Jerry.
Well, after we got home from our unfortunate visit with Stella and Victor, Mama went right upstairs to bed, and I called the doctor. I didn't think she was as ill as she appeared to be, but I wanted to be sure it was just her reaction to Stella's behavior. Vicky surprised us, getting here before the doctor arrived and staying overnight. Early next morning, Harry and Helen arrived to help out. Downstairs, Harry was trying to fix an electric iron while Helen watched.
I can't fix this iron now.
Harry, I've got the iron and nightgown for Grandma.
And I've got to get down to business.
Oh, I have Vicky's breakfast already. I wish he'd come down.
Where's the screwdriver?
Right in front of your nose.
Oh.
Listen, Harry. Do you think it's real? I mean, you think Grandma's really sick?
No. Pop called you up this morning to come over and help out because she was down in the backyard dancing a jig.
Don't be funny. I'd like to know what went on. How Vicky happened to be here at the folks in the first place.
Because he showed a little guts for once in his life.
You mean he just walked out and left her?
Yep. It's about time. The way Stella acted last night was a disgrace. He has a right to be sore.
Oh, well, I can sort of sympathize with her. Poor thing. She had this grand idea Vicky was in a class by himself. Well, Another Hallam wife cured.
That's enough, Helen.
Don't you two ever stop picking on each other.
Mama awake, Vicky?
Yeah, you can go up now.
Finish this, will you?
No, I'll try.
All you do is splice the wire and screw these sockets.
I'll get you breakfast, Vicky.
Just a cup of coffee.
Oh, for goodness sake.
I'm not hungry.
Oh, well. I wouldn't get divorced over it exactly.
Well, there's no need of that. Stella knows she was wrong, all right?
How do you know she does, Vicky?
For the simple reason that I phoned her early this morning to come and make things right with Mama. Apologize.
Don't tell me she's going to do it.
Why not? She said she'd leave right away. Does that sound as if she had me wound around her little finger?
The one thing I always handed Stella was that she had gumption. And here she swallows what you did and comes over here, meek as you please, to say, excuse me.
Ever stop to think she might be fond of me?
Well, maybe that's it. Well, anyway, you need some food in your stomach. I'll get your coffee and rolls.
I brought the morning paper, Vicky.
See, Mama?
Yeah, just for a minute.
How'd you find that?
Better than I expected. Seems tickled Stella's coming over.
Yeah, I thought it'd please her.
Well, I gotta hurry along. You coming?
No, I'll wait.
Helen in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Tell her goodbye for me. So long, Vicky.
So long.
Here you go.
Yep.
Sure coffee's all you want?
Yeah, this is fine. That's Stella.
I'll go.
No, I'll go. Say, Helen, beat it, will you?
Okay, I'll get lost. I'll go up and see Grandma.
Hello, Stella. Guess I ought to say thanks for coming over.
Why? I'm doing this for myself, Vicky.
Kind of thought you were doing it for me.
I didn't want to hurt Mother. And if it will make her feel better for me to say so, it would be stupid to stay away.
Look here, Stella. You still mad or what?
Why should I be mad? You act a certain way because you're you. I act a certain way because I'm me. That's all there is to it.
All right, let's forget it. You did wrong last night, but you can't do more than say you're sorry. I did wrong, maybe by leaving you alone. And I'm sorry. Didn't sleep a wink. How'd you like being by yourself?
I wasn't by myself very long.
Huh?
Well, Jerry didn't leave until almost 3.
Oh, talk some sense into him?
I hope so.
Good. Now let's kiss and make up.
I wish it were as simple as that, Vicky. But it isn't.
Oh, what do you want me to do? Bring a pound of candy and a bunch of roses home tonight?
I won't be there, Vicky.
You won't what? Well, where are you going?
I don't know quite yet. I just want to be alone for a while to think things through.
And what am I supposed to do?
Think things through, too, Vicky. It's high time.
But who's going to fix my dinner while I'm thinking things through? Honestly, Stell, you're all upset over nothing. I don't see what you're driving at.
There's so much you don't see, Vicky, that it almost breaks my heart. And that's why I want to be alone for a while.
It's a lot of hysterical nonsense. You're not going.
I don't know what you're going to do about it, Vicky.
I'm going to do this about it. Come here. Oh, Stella, limber up. Inside, I mean, I got a feeling I can't get at you.
And it's the loneliest feeling in the world, isn't it, Vicky?
Hello.
Hello, Helen.
Sorry to interrupt the love scene, Stella, but Grandma knows you're here.
Oh, I'll go up then.
Tell Mama I'll be up to say goodbye, Stella.
All right, Vicky.
Well, everything hunky-dory?
What? Oh, sure, yeah.
Really?
Oh, for heaven's sake, Helen, lay off, will you?
Who's that?
Looks like Etta.
Paul, too. Grandma bats an eyelash and the whole gang comes trooping in. I'll go.
Oh,
well, look, have you seen Jerry? Is he been here at all? Oh, hello, Vic.
Vic, you here?
They didn't even know about Grandma. It's Jerry.
Jerry, what's the matter?
He didn't come home all night.
Oh, isn't it dreadful?
What, didn't come home? That's funny.
We came over to find out if he left your place with the others.
No, he didn't.
Oh, Paul, I know something's happened to him.
Nonsense, Etta. Probably went off on a bat somewhere.
Oh, no, not Jerry. But when I saw his bed hadn't been slept in, I couldn't stand it. Oh,
Oh, God, don't let anything happen to him. He's all I've got.
Better control yourself.
Well, he'll turn up. Don't worry.
That's easy to say, Vicky, but I'd be half out of my mind if I was Etta. Especially the mood Jerry was in last night.
What mood?
Oh, the kid was upset. Family sort of got his goat, I guess.
I knew it was something like that. I know he's not happy with Paul in business. I've said it all along.
Nonsense.
Well, he's in love. That might explain a lot.
That's right. We were teasing him about it.
Do you know anything about this, Etta?
Not a word.
How do you know about it, Vic?
Stella told me.
Shall I call her? She's upstairs with Grandma.
No, she'll be down in a minute.
It's a pity I have to go to my sister-in-law for information of this kind, Etta. It's the least you could do to keep your son's confidence instead of go to bridge parties.
That's a terrible thing to say at a time like this, Paul.
The Hallam men think they can say anything to their wives and it doesn't hurt.
Well, even if Jerry's in love, I don't see what that has to do with staying out all night.
Except that he might have spent the night with her, that's all.
Oh, no. A sweeter, more innocent boy never lived.
Here's your boy now, big as life.
Well, he'll give an accounting of himself, all right.
Please, Paul, don't lose your temper with him.
Well, young man.
I thought maybe I'd find you here.
Jerry, where have you been? How could you frighten me so?
Well, young man, suppose you explained yourself.
If you're going to start hounding me, I'll leave.
Where did you spend last night? And I want the truth.
Walking. Most of it.
Most of it? Where'd you spend the rest of it?
Leave me alone. I'm going.
No, Jerry, we're going to settle this here and now. There's a woman in this, isn't there? Who is she?
Will you leave me alone?
Jerry, don't act this way. If you're in love, that's all right.
Yes. I'm in love.
Jerry.
Well, I think that's fine, Jerry. Congratulations.
Yes, it's swell.
Jerry, who is she?
Come on, son. Who is she?
I can't tell you.
Oh, Jerry, darling, if she's a nice girl and comes from a nice family, I want to meet her.
Certainly. Why shouldn't your mother meet her?
No.
Why not?
Leave me alone, please.
Well, is she someone you'd be ashamed to let your mother meet?
No, she isn't. She's the most wonderful person in the world.
All the more reason, darling. Bring her up.
I can't.
Why can't you? That's what I want to know.
She's married.
Oh, my God.
Jerry.
Married?
So that's it. Well, where did you pick her up?
In heaven. That's where.
And did you spend the night with her in heaven?
That's enough. Let him alone now, can't you?
Let him alone when he's mixed up with some bum?
You use that word about her again and I'll kill you.
Okay, I'll call her by her right name.
Lay off, Paul, for God's sake.
Let me manage this.
What's the matter with you? This is no place for a scene with Mama sick upstairs.
Yes, here comes Stella now. I'll bet anything Graham wants to know what's going on here. I'll go up and see.
Stella.
Jerry, why do you look that way? What's the matter?
He's running around with a married woman. That's what's the matter. How do I know she's not framing something on him?
She's not framing anything on him.
How much of this do you know?
Everything.
Stella, if you've encouraged him, I'll never forgive you.
Come out with it, Stella. Tell us what you know.
No. No, Stella, don't. They wouldn't understand.
Please, Jerry.
Yes, you keep out of this. This is my affair from now on.
It's not your affair. It's mine. I'm not a child. You won't drag it out of us. You won't, I tell you.
Oh, protecting her, huh?
What if I am?
Well, it's my right to know everything there is to know, see? Now, there's never been a scandal in the Hallam family, and my son won't be the first to start one. Now, Stella, I don't know whether you know it or not, but this young fool didn't come home all night.
I didn't know it. No.
Well, what time did he leave your house?
I can tell you that. 3:00.
Who told you?
Stella.
What else did she tell you?
What else was there to tell me?
Nothing.
Well, what's all the mystery about? Where did he go after he left your place, Stella?
I don't know. Where did you go, Jerry?
No place. I just walked.
Oh, don't lie.
I'm not lying.
I say you are. Stella, you're trying to shield him.
I don't have to, Paul. You can believe anything he tells you.
Well, he's telling me too damn little. Did he spend the night with this bum?
Come on, Stella, let's get out of here.
Stay where you are, Jerry. There's no reason to run away.
I don't want to run away. I'd like to tell him. Honest, I want to tell him I'm proud of loving you. Do you get that? All of you? I'm proud of loving her.
Good God, what's this? Why, Stella, you dirty...
Stop it. I've heard enough.
You poor deluded fool. No wonder you've heard enough.
Don't you suppose I've known about it all along? Didn't you hear me say I knew he'd been at the apartment till 3:00?
What are you made of? Blood or water?
Common sense. What was the use of making a fuss about it? I knew Jerry'd get over it. I knew Stella'd handle him.
Well, this certainly puts a new complexion on things. I never knew you were a martyr, Vicky.
No matter about it. How could anybody take it seriously?
When did this begin with him?
Well, I guess it began here at the folks last week. We got home and Stella said, I think I made a hit with your nephew. We laughed ourselves sick over it.
Stella, you laughed.
Oh, what'd you think we'd do? Bust out crying?
You laughed.
Jerry, no,
And a lucky thing for you, we did take it as a joke.
Your uncle's right, you impudent pup.
The idea a big boy like you makes such a spectacle of yourself. You ought to go right over and say, I apologize, Aunt Stella.
I apologize, Aunt Stella. I'll go now.
Oh, Jerry, no. Don't believe it. Come back.
Let him go.
Yes, Stella. He needs a jolt to bring him to his senses.
But you can't let him go this way. He believed what Vicky said. Get out of my way, Paul. Let me go after him, please.
You better keep quiet, Stella. It's none of your business.
But it is my business. That boy loves me, and I won't let you destroy something that's been beautiful between us.
To both of you.
It's pretty late to talk that way, Stella, after you've been making fun of him all along.
I haven't been making fun of him. Vicky lied.
Don't listen to her. She's out of her mind.
Listen, Vicky didn't know anything about Jerry and me until now. This morning in this room.
I thought there was something phony about this. So, Vicky's been saving your face.
I'd rather think that, Paul, than anything else in the world. But it isn't so. Vicky lied to save the Hallam family.
You don't know what you're saying.
You made a gesture for me, Vicky. But it wasn't good enough. Fear, that's what it was. You were afraid for them to know that I was this bum you were talking about. So you made a joke of it and hid behind it like a coward. And you didn't care what you did to Jerry as long as you were safe.
That's a good story, Stella.
She's telling the truth. But I didn't have the guts to face the truth before the family because for 7 years you've all been waiting to say, I told you so. Now go ahead and say it.
And you're going to let her get away with this?
I'm not going to let her get away with anything. I don't have to. Still, when you came here this morning, you said you wanted to go away. Would you listen to what I have to say first? Then you can go away if you want. I'm not even going to ask you if you spent the night with Jerry. I'm going to tell you. You didn't. You understand that? You didn't. I know you didn't, because I know it.
Children.
Mama, what are you doing down here?
Oh, excitement again, excitement. I couldn't rest.
I'm sorry, Mother.
Well, where did Jerry go?
Take it easy, Mama.
Jerry...
Yes, Paul, he was down here. I heard him. Why couldn't he come up and see his grandmother? Why?
Now sit down here, Mama.
Victor, I asked you something. Answer me. What's wrong with Jerry now?
Nothing wrong with him, Mom. Poor kid, he needs a break, that's all. A break. Here's your coat, Stella. Let's go home together.
Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, dear.
You have just heard the Best Plays production of Another Language, starring Faye Emerson. And here once more is your host, drama critic John Chapman.
Those Hallams are rather a fascinating tribe, aren't they? Another Language has made a very pleasant evening, and our thanks to Miss Emerson and a good company for helping to make it so. Particular thanks to Margaret Hamilton, who played Helen in the original Broadway production and has been with us this evening. Our best play next week will be a comedy about a different set of characters, the people who lived and worked along the Erie Canal in the 1850s. It is The Farmer Takes a Wife, which Frank B. Elser and Mark Connolly adapted from Walter D. Edmonds' colorful novel, Rome Hall. Our farmer will be John Forsythe, and our wife will be Joan Loring. This is Chapman saying goodbye until then.
Another Language was transcribed and adapted for radio by Bryce Disk Jr. Heard in the cast were Arthur Maitland as Papa, Ethel Wilson as Mama, Ralph Bell as Harry, Margaret Hamilton as Helen, Lawson Zerby as Walter, Edith Gresham as Grace, Charles Penman as Paul, Agnes Young as Etta, Joseph Curtin as Victor, and Donald Buca as Jerry. Best Plays is an NBC production supervised by William Welch and directed by Edward King. Your announcer is Fred Collins.
Tonight, hear Dragnet on NBC.